your birthday is tomorrow, and instead of planning a dinner, you're planning groceries. No countdown, no birthday week, no dramatic Instagram caption about another year of growth. Just vibes. Normal, Tuesday-level vibes, and people don't get it. They look at you like you've just rejected oxygen. Why don't you care? Are you okay? Did something happen? But here's the real question. What if treating your birthday like a normal day isn't indifference? What if it's a psychological strategy? Today we're diving into the deeper psychology of people who treat their birthday like just another rotation around the sun. And this time, we're going even further. We're talking identity theory, emotional minimalism, social energy economics, and something called temporal self-distancing. Let's go. 1. The identity freeze effect, birthdays force reflection. And reflection isn't neutral. For some people, birthdays feel less like celebrations and more like performance reviews. What did I achieve? Am I where I thought I'd be? Am I behind? Psychologists studying identity development, like Erik Erikson, describe adulthood as a series of identity checkpoints, milestones that force us to confront who we are becoming. For some personalities, this creates what we can call identity freeze. When the spotlight hits, instead of feeling celebrated, they feel evaluated. And evaluation triggers comparison. Comparison triggers self-critique. Self-critique kills joy. So what do? They flatten the day. If it's just a normal day, then there's no scoreboard, no measuring stick, no existential audit, not apathy, self-preservation. 2. Emotional minimalists. There's a personality subtype rarely talked about, emotional minimalists. These aren't cold people, they feel deeply, but they regulate intensely. Big emotional spikes, even positive ones, are exhausting. Surprise parties, public singing, forced enthusiasm, that's emotional labor. Research in affect regulation shows that some individuals prefer low arousal positive states, calm contentment, over high arousal positive states, excitement, hype. For them, a peaceful day greater than a chaotic celebration. When everyone else wants fireworks, they want quiet sunlight. And they're not wrong. They just optimize for stability instead of intensity. 3. Social energy economics. Let's talk introversion, but not the cliché version. Not, I hate people. More like, I calculate the cost. Every social event has a psychological price tag. Hosting, replying to messages, performing gratitude, being the emotional center. On your birthday, you're required to receive. And receiving can be uncomfortable, especially for people who are more comfortable giving. So instead of spending social currency, they opt out. Not because they don't value people, but because they value energy conservation. Their brain does a silent calculation. Is the dopamine worth the depletion? Sometimes the answer is no. 4. Temporal self-distancing. Here's where it gets fascinating. There's a concept in psychology called temporal self-distancing. It's the ability to see your present self as just one version in a long timeline of selves. Some people experience birthdays not as I am special today, but as I am a tiny point in an ongoing story. This perspective reduces ego centrality. Instead of, this is my day, it becomes, this is just a marker. People high in self-continuity, meaning they feel connected to both their past and future selves, often don't experience birthdays as dramatic turning points. They see life as a continuum, no spikes, no dramatic chapters, just steady unfolding. And honestly, that's psychologically mature. 5. Anti-consumer identity. Now let's zoom out culturally. In hyper-individualistic societies, birthdays are marketing gold. Special offers, birthday trips, treat yourself, luxury posts. But some people quietly reject this narrative. They don't want their existence monetized. They don't want self-worth equated with how big the cake is. So ignoring their birthday becomes subtle rebellion, a quiet refusal to participate in performative celebration culture. It's not that they don't value life, they just don't want capitalism narrating it. 6. The secure attachment twist. Now here's the part nobody expects. Sometimes the people who treat their birthday like a normal day are the most secure in the room. Securely attached individuals, a concept expanded by researchers like John Bowlby, don't rely heavily on ritualized validation. They don't need a single day to feel loved. They assume love is stable, consistent, reliable. So the birthday becomes optional, not essential. If it's celebrated, nice. If not, still okay. Their nervous system isn't scanning for proof. It already feels safe. 7. The radical acceptance theory. There's also something simpler. Some people have reached a quiet psychological place called acceptance. Aging is happening, time is moving, life is imperfect. And instead of dramatizing it, they normalize it. Birthdays don't trigger panic, or excitement, or performance, just acknowledgement. Another year? Cool, let's continue. No existential spiral, no grand statement, just movement. 8. The memory imprint theory. Why some people downplay it on purpose. Here's something subtle but powerful. Birthdays create emotional markers. They become memory anchors. You don't just remember the cake. You remember who showed up, who didn't, who forgot, who texted at 11:59 p.m. like it was homework. And the brain is very good at storing emotionally charged social data. Research in social cognition shows that emotionally significant events strengthen long-term memory encoding. In simple terms, the more emotionally loaded the day is, the more permanently it sticks. Now imagine someone who has experienced a birthday where important people didn't show up, a breakup near their birthday, a family argument that hijacked the day, or feeling invisible in a room that was supposedly for them. Their brain quietly makes a connection. Birthday equals emotional risk. So what does the nervous system do? It lowers the emotional volume. If the day feels ordinary, it won't leave a sharp imprint. No sharp imprint equals no sharp pain later. It's not that they don't want happiness, they just don't want another memory that hurts to replay. Sometimes treating the day like Tuesday isn't indifference, it's memory management. 9. The autonomy rebellion, when celebration feels like losing control. Now, let's talk about something deeper: psychological autonomy. According to self-determination theory developed by researchers like Edward Deci, autonomy is one of the 3 core human needs, along with competence and relatedness. Some people have extremely high autonomy sensitivity. They don't just like independence, they need it. Birthdays are weird because they flip the script. Suddenly, people insist you take the day off. They plan surprises. They override your preferences because it's your day. They push celebration even if you decline. And here's the irony. The more people say, it's your day, you have to enjoy it, the less it feels like your day. For autonomy-driven individuals, this feels like subtle coercion. Even kindness can feel invasive if it overrides consent. So they neutralize the situation early. I don't celebrate. Let's skip it. It's just another day. That statement isn't grumpiness, it's boundary setting. They'd rather choose nothing than be pushed into something, and the more intense the social pressure, the stronger the resistance. What looks like birthday apathy is often a fierce commitment to self-governance. 10. The existential neutralizers, when meaning isn't tied to milestones. Now we're going to the deepest layer. Some people don't emotionally invest in birthdays because they don't believe meaning lives in milestones. They believe meaning lives in ordinary days. Existential psychology, influenced by thinkers like Viktor Frankl, suggests that humans search for meaning constantly, but not everyone locates it in the same place. For some, meaning is in quiet consistency, showing up daily, small routines, private growth, invisible progress. For others, meaning is in big markers, milestones, parties, public recognition, celebration rituals. Neither is wrong. But if someone's meaning framework is process-based rather than event-based, birthdays don't feel transformative. They feel arbitrary. Why should Tuesday be more important just because it matches a certificate from decades ago? These individuals often experience what psychologists call existential steadiness. They're not denying mortality. They're not afraid of aging. They're not resisting celebration. They just don't inflate symbolic dates. To them, the real question isn't, did I turn a year older? It's, did I live well this week? And that perspective makes birthdays neutral. Not sad, not exciting, just another step in a long continuum. So, now we have 10 layers: identity frees emotional minimalism, social energy economics, temporal self-distancing, anti-consumer identity, secure attachment, radical acceptance, memory, imprint, protection, autonomy, rebellion, existential neutrality. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Two people can behave the exact same way on their birthday, shrug, say, "It's nothing," go to work, and for one, it's insecurity. For the other, it's psychological maturity. From the outside, they look identical. Inside, the motives are completely different. So the next time someone treats their birthday like a regular Tuesday, maybe don't assume they're emotionally shut down. Maybe they've just designed a nervous system that prefers calm over chaos. And honestly, in a world that turns everything into a spectacle, choosing ordinary might be the most self-aware move of all. Now I'm curious. If you could design your perfect birthday with zero expectations from anyone else, would it be loud and unforgettable, or quiet and peaceful? That answer tells you which psychological layer you're operating from. Share your experience in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more psychology-based content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.